Hi, welcome to the PS5 accessibility review, as well as the charging dock, which is here, and the headphones, which are here. You seeing this?
Yep.
As well as the controller. Snazzy controller. Right, first things first. It has a narrator finally. It's everywhere, not just America. The UK finally got a narrator, so you can do all this.
PlayStation Store, Marvel Snydem, Crash Bandicoot,
Loads of different things.
Tony
Skip
Hawk's,
through everything.
The Crew 2.
And it reads pretty much everything. Let me just get an example.
Search. Settings.
Go on to settings.
Setting. Users, family and parent, system.
Just because accessibility.
Network. Accessibility.
There we go.
Accessibility. Display. Button. Screen reader. Button. Controllers. Button.
Dead useful.
Press cross to select.
One annoying feature with it. Oh, it's actually worked this time. Annoying feature
Settings.
I found with this. It
Button.
doesn't know when to shut up.
PlayStation Store. Home for
It does need a silence button,
PlayStation Store.
as you'll find out now.
Home for Aidan McKay. Button. Press cross to select. 2 of 11. L1 button or R1 button switch homes. Options button options. For more content, press the down button.
Yes. Right. I wish there was a silence button, but the narrator, it actually works for once, and it's actually really good. So I can scroll through all the different menus. Like an example, it's got
Marvel
Spider-Man. You
Spider-Man.
go down,
Be greater. Be
play,
yours. More options.
more options.
Progress.
I can see how far I am through it.
Earn.
Not very.
Find. Play.
You can also check the activities, what I need to do, what's left.
Channel. Official news.
There's
Just
also
the facts too.
updates and news and all that. You can also check out who's streaming it. I don't have that, I don't want to sponsor anyone. Yeah, so it's great. Also, it will read everything, mostly everything on the store. It won't read images.
Pre-orders. Persona.
What it is doing.
Image.
There you go. No, it won't read images.
Image.
Other than that, it's pretty good.
Your
So
games home.
this is a blind accessibility review, but
Press
because
cross
it's an
to select.
accessibility review,
One of
I'll look at
Aidan
the other
McKay's
stuff,
pro-
the other
settings.
accessibility reviews. So
Settings.
there's
Accessibility.
accessibility,
Accessibility. Display.
display. I don't know what all
Invert
this
colours.
does. Alright, yeah,
Off.
color line mode and stuff
Color
like that.
correction. Invert
Invert
colors.
colours.
Color correction. Text size. Bold text. High contrast. Auto scroll speed. Reduce motion. Off.
Pretty
Display.
useful. So the
Screen
one I use
reader.
is this one, screen
Button.
narrator.
Press cross to select. Enable
X.
screen reader. On.
This
Button.
one. I don't want to
Speech
turn it
speed.
on.
Normal.
You can also increase
Button.
the speed or slowing down
Press
like this. I'm
to
going to
move.
put it mega
Press
slow.
Slow 3. Speech speed. Voice type. Speech
Weird.
to move.
Mega fast.
Fast. Speech speed. Fast line. Voice type.
I can't hear a word it's saying.
Fast line.
But some people like that. I don't know how.
Fast speed. Not fast speed. Not selected. Fast one. Normal. Not selected. Speech speed. Normal.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Voice type.
You can also change it from male to
move,
female.
Press the up and down. Female.
Voice type. Female. Speech speed. Voice type.
I
To move,
prefer
press
male voice.
male.
It's a bit clearer.
Voice type. Voice volume.
You can also change the volume of it.
79%.
Mine's pretty loud.
Button.
You can
Screen
also
read. Controllers. Button.
set the controls up to how you
Press
want, so
custom
for
button
mobility
assignment.
issues.
Vibration intensity. Trigger effect intensity. Press and hold delay. Normal. Control. Closed captions.
There's also
Display
subtitles
closed
and closed
captions.
captionings, so you can
Closed. Display closed captions. Off. Closed caption settings. Chat transcription.
also do that.
Press
Which is
cross to
funny.
select.
You
Settings.
can also do
Accessibility.
what I
User
think is pretty fun. You
accessibility.
can
Button.
shush.
Press cross to select.
You can also set a game up. You can also set the PlayStation up. So when you start a new game, you can have it set to your presets. So my presets are. Let's
Network.
find this.
Storage. Sound. Screen and video. Accessories.
Is
Save data and games. Notifications.
that
Save.
I think?
Save data and save data. Game presets.
Yeah, you
Button.
save. Yeah, so it's
Settings. Save data and game /app settings.
that's the one you go to.
Button.
Then you
Save
go.
data and game /app settings. Save data. PS.
Oh.
Save data.
to
Game presets.
game presets.
Start new games with your preferred settings, such as difficulty and control options. Your presets will be applied to games that support this feature. The selected settings will be applied differently depending on the game. Difficulty. Easy.
Yeah, I'm a coward. I put it on easy.
Press cross
So
to select.
every new game I start,
Choose the difficulty level for new games.
Please stop talking.
This applies to games that offer difficulty options.
So you can have it set to normal, hard, very easy, very hard, whatever you want it to be. I got easy.
Performance mode or resolution mode. Game default.
I mean, you can have that set up if you want. I'm not
Press
too
cross
bothered.
to select. First person view. Button. Press cross to select.
I like to have that on. So first person, or you can have
Third
third
person
person
view.
if you want to.
But subtitles and audio.
So you can have
Button.
that set up. Let's see what's on there.
Subtitles and audio. Display subtitles.
No thanks.
Audio language. Same as console.
That's
Button.
good.
Save data
So
in
that's
game slash
An
app.
interesting
Game
feature,
presets.
which is useful.
Settings.
So yeah, it will read out everything. And I mean, pretty much
Search.
everything. Like if I go on my
Home.
friends list,
Controls.
like
Controls.
so,
Controls.
you go to
Notification. Controls. Game base.
game base.
Game base
just
selected.
pick
Gabble ratchet.
some random one.
W underscore.
There we
Gab.
go.
Player profile. Invite to game. Messages. More. Button.
There's some
To
more.
Press the become close friend. Remove as friend. Lock. Button.
I don't want to do that.
View profile.
But you get it, yeah.
More.
You get the gist. You can look at everything. You can look
Game
at what
basic.
trophies I've got and what trophies your friends have got. See if they got a
PlayStation
certain
Store.
one. See if I've got a
Home
certain one
trading
they've not
okay.
got, sort of thing.
But
You also have something.
okay.
Stop talking, please.
Press cross to select.
I'm going to talk
One
over.
of 11.
You also get something
L1
called an
button,
activity
R1
feed
button,
bar,
switch
which
home.
basically
Options button.
takes you
options.
straight to a mission or a challenge
More
what you
content.
do on a game.
Press the down
I'm
button.
going to try my video on my nerves. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so I'll example this on Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
PlayStation Store.
If I find
Marvel
Here it
Spider-Man.
is.
Miles
There you go.
Morales.
You can either just press
Home
X to launch it
trading
now, or you can go down to
Challenge. Activities.
activities.
Challenge. Traversal Challenge 1.0.
So that's what I
About
need to
5
do.
minutes.
So I'm going to press
0%.
square. And it's now launching the game.
Marvel Spider-Man.
I'm
Miles
putting me in that challenge.
Morales.
There we go, that's quick. Now at the relevant mission or challenge. I'll tell you what, don't want to spoil it for anyone.
Control
You can also
center
do it
frame
from
locate.
the
Controls.
PlayStation button to
Cards.
go up,
Challenge.
and I found it here.
Traversal Challenge 1.0.
But you can press square to
About
launch it.
5
You
minutes.
can also press X to find the details out
Traversal
of
Challenge.
it.
Details.
So details.
Traversal Challenge 1.0 selected. Details. About 5 minutes. Playtime estimate. 1 activity tokens. Reward. Follow Pete's path as closely as possible.
So you can find out what you actually have to do.
Marvel Snap.
Also,
Control Center for aiding the controls.
yeah. So yeah. So
Control.
that's the activity.
Home.
So now to the PlayStation DualSense, I believe it's called, controller, which I'll hold like this. From start to, well, I'll just go all the way through. So here, we have X on your right, right hand side of the controller, you got X at the bottom, square to slightly above to the left, and triangle above X, then circle slightly to above of X, above to the right of X. Continue on the right side, and you got the bumpers. You got R1, R2. Now the right analog stick, and you also have the start pause button. I don't know what you call it. What is it? I think it's called an options button. You have in the middle, you have the touchscreen.
Marvel.
To the left of that, you have the share button. To the left of that, you have the D-pad. You got up, left, down, right, and you got your left analog stick. And going up to the back, well, say back to the top of the controller, you have L1 and L1 and L2. And in the middle, underneath the share button, you have the PS button, and you have the mute, unmute microphone on the controller. Excuse me. So yeah, the controller is really good. It has haptic feedback. So if you're in a particularly a PlayStation 5 version of the game, most of them have it. Well, I'm saying most of them. A few of them have it. where if you walk over different surfaces, especially Astro's Playroom, the controller will emulate sort of terrain you're running or walking on. For example, if you run on sand, it feels like you run on, as well as sand, it feels like you're running on sand to a point, but then if you go to like a metal platform, it feels like you're running on a metal platform to a point. But the best part of this controller, and genuinely not making this up, is the adaptive triggers, which are really coming to their own, especially on games like Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War. I would not recommend it for any blind players, but if you just want to experience the potential of the triggers, definitely, because each gun is programmed to behave differently with the trigger. So for example, if you use a light machine gun, which is a big heavy machine gun, the left trigger is incredibly hard to push down, as it's heavy and it's quite resistant, as that's trying to emulate how heavy the gun is to hold to an aim. And the right trigger will be the actual trigger of the gun. So sticking with the light machine gun, it's quite a heavy trigger, so you got to push, but once you get past the threshold, the gun will fire. And then if you keep holding the trigger down, you'll feel like, it feels like the gun's jumping around in your hand, like the bullets releasing from the barrel. It's weird, but good at the same time. Also, sticking with the triggers, for example, if you go for a pistol, because they're really light, really nothing to the left trigger holding it, and then same again with the right trigger, the threshold, it's a lot easier to get past because it's just dead light. So that's the controller. For this bit, I'll talk about the actual charging dock. This is it. It's nice-ish. Well, it is nice. Very aesthetic with the PlayStation 5, the sleek design. A couple of things to note with it. It's a bit flimsy when you put the controller on. I'll show that in a minute. But come to plugging it in, you turn it over, so it looks a bit like a V. That's the way to describe it. At the top of the V, there is a hole to stick the power cable in. So you put that in at the bottom, like that. It clicks and it goes in. So that's now plugged in. So there are a couple of things with this. It's good that it actually doesn't plug into your PS5, so it leaves you with some free USBs. But if you're like me, who's struggling for plug sockets, it's a bit, it plugs into the plug socket. So if you're like me, when trying to find a plug socket to plug this into, it's a bit annoying because I've not got many plug sockets left. But other than that, it's good. It's really good having the charging dock plug into a plug socket. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just me being picky because I've not got enough space. But yes, putting the controller on charge, this is a bit fiddly. You have to get it just right. If you don't, bugger, hold on. You have to get it just right. So if you, best way to describe it is if you have to keep trying until it clicks. And I'll do it again. Listen, but if you get it at an angle, it won't charge. You have to do it flat and straight, and it'll click just like that, easy. But it is a bit fiddly because if you catch that, it's off charge now. So then, like that, it's not charging. It has to be, don't nudge it or anything. So that's that, the controller dock. Moving to the 3D Pulse headphones. I can't really show these off in a video, but these are fantastic. I would recommend anyone getting these if you can justify the price tag, which not really worth the price tag. It feels a bit cheap. Well, it doesn't feel a bit, it is quite cheap and plasticky, but they are comfy to wear. I would like some sort of strap adjustment so I can tie it around my head. But going through the button layout, from the top to the bottom we have the game, chat, audio balance. So you press the top button, that's chat all the way to the top, but the bottom button on the top rocker, you have game, and it'll beep 3 times when you get to the maximum of either one. So going from below that, you have a switch which is monitor on or monitor off. I'm not really too sure what that does, but I think it lets you hear your voice back. So underneath the monitor on and off switch, you have actual volume. It's another rocker, so up is up, down is down obviously. Then below that you have like a button that pushes in, clicks out, which is the microphone on the headset, muted or unmuted. That's unmuted now. Then going further down the bottom, you have the USB-C charging. No, you have a charging point. Then you have your headphone jack. Then you have a microphone. Then you have the actual. You have the headphone jack. Then you have the actual on-off switch, and then you have your microphone. Are they worth the price tag? No. If they felt a bit nicer and a bit more metal, not plasticky, definitely worth the money. But appearance, it doesn't really matter really. But the quality comes with the actual sound. It's ridiculous. I have managed to get some amazing kills with these on Call of Duty Black Ops. I think we can edit one in.
Oh my god, I got first blood!
Neutralized.
But yeah, it's the 3D audio is pinpoint accuracy. It's let me get a number of kills on Call of Duty. Like someone coming from running at you from the left behind, you'll hear it coming from the left behind. Or if someone is coming from your hard right, you'll hear them coming from the right. It's ridiculous how good they are. Moving on to the actual, well, I say bad points, just the little problems I found with this. It's a bit fiddly, the actual PlayStation thing, especially if you're a Twitch streamer or just anyone who likes to record videos on your PlayStation and you want to capture your microphone. It's quite an annoying little setup. It's literally, you have to go into setting within setting within setting to find it. So you've got to go down onto game base, then all the way down to the bottom,
You all friends.
then you have to go right
To move,
on the
press
D-pad
the
until you find
friends
something
request,
called
search, create pub, settings, button,
settings,
press cross to select, search for players,
and then,
played together,
no, I got the wrong one,
Se-
yep,
settings.
settings, press X on that,
game-based settings,
then
privacy settings,
go to
notifications, refresh party, voice chat settings,
voice chat settings,
share your voice,
share my voice,
to move,
and
press
there it
the up
is.
and down buttons,
You have to,
don't allow,
no, I
not
don't want to do that.
allow,
I want it to be
select.
allow, so mine's on allow.
share your voice,
It will be default to
Allow.
disallow, which is very annoying. It took us
PlayStation
ages
Store.
that me and
Home
a couple of friends
screen.
figure out why my voice wasn't coming through on streams.
press cross to select,
Another thing with
Two of
this
11.
is the game
F.
base, or just the
control center
PlayStation
for
4.
Aidan McKay.
Don't know why
The time is
before
now
this was a good idea,
3:45 p.m. Cards.
but every time,
Challenge.
shut up.
Traversal Challenge 1.0. Controls.
Yeah, every time you
Game base.
highlight up something on
4 of 11.
the
See
PlayStation 4,
what your friends
It'll
are.
say
Controls.
control.
Notifications. Controls. Switcher. Controls. Home.
You don't have to say that every single
One
time.
of
I
11.
wouldn't mind if it just went
But cards.
like that,
Challenge. Controls.
just once
Home.
when you go up and down.
Cards. 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 Bronze trophy.
It is quite annoying that, to be fair.
PlayStation Store.
Don't know why you chose that, but it is what it is.
PlayStation Store.
I'll let it stop
Home
talking,
screen.
let it spit out.
Button. Press cross to select.
What have I missed?
2 of 11.
What have I missed?
L1
What do you mean?
button or R1
What have I
button switch home.
Oh,
Options
so
button. Options.
we talked about the PlayStation
More
button.
content. Press the down
Yeah, I
button.
just did that then.
Share screen.
Oh yeah. Okay. Another one which I find particularly useful, especially if you like to play online with friends. Well, especially if you're blind or you're trying to help a blind person out. You press the PS button.
Control
It's
center
called.
for Aidan McKay.
I'll set it up
Controls.
first. So I'll just go into game base.
Controls. Notifications. Controls. Game base.
That's the one.
Game base selected.
I'll just
Gabble ratchet.
invite my friend. He's not
Player
online, but
profile.
doesn't matter.
Select. Invite. Voice chat.
Voice chat.
To move. You join.
Join it.
Joining voice chat. But
Right, there you go.
invite to game. View voice chat.
View voice chat again.
But start share screen.
Start share screen.
Button.
This is the greatest,
Press cross
one
to
of the
select.
greatest features ever fitted.
Square button.
Right, I'll
View
activate
voice
that.
chat.
Now, if he was online and I was
PlayStation
playing
Store.
the game,
Approved to. PlayStation Store. You search. Button. Press cross to select. 3 of 5.
yeah, if I was playing a game, he would now be able to see, you can either watch my screen full screen on his screen, or, which is what we do quite a lot, he puts my screen in like a corner that's not being used in the game, so he can keep an eye on my game. So if I get stuck, say a puzzle or on a menu, you can now tell me what to do, like go down or up, or yeah, you just need to press that button. So yeah, that's a really interesting feature. So yeah, it's just me being picky with this one, but the headphones could do with being excuse me, the headphones could do with being a bit louder. That's me with hard hearing, but for the average person, they're probably fine. It's just me because I can't hear very well without hearing aids or anything like that. But I could deal with them being a bit loud. So anyone who's deaf would have the same problem as me, or hard of hearing would have the same problem as me. They could do with being a bit louder, but thankfully, unlike the PlayStation 4, I did try this, so I do have evidence. There is no audio lock, so you can go to max volume on these. Still, I think it could be louder for me, but there's no audio lock, which means it won't stop going above 70%. I mean, the audio lock stops you going above 70%, but these let you go all the way to the max, so it can go pretty loud. So, yeah. So, I hope this accessibility review was useful for anyone. I will do Series X, or Xbox Series X or S, whichever, it's both the same thing, but whichever one I can get my hands on, eventually, depends how I can get one. But I've heard it's supposed to be very similar to the Xbox One accessibility settings and stuff like that. So as soon as I can get my hands on an Xbox Series X/S, I will do an accessibility review and unboxing possibly. So until next time, see ya.